Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is JGOD. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. In today's video, we're going to do another try this class setup. And pretty much how it worked this time around is I went to Twitter and said I was looking to do another try this CoD BO4 video. And if anyone had a class setup that is surprisingly good. So thank you to Orvin YTX for submitting this class setup. You can see that he has the double quick draw stock with the operator mod, and pretty much after you selected your gear, it only leaves you with one pick 10 slot left, and it looks like he decided to go with scavenger. So that's what you're going to see in the gameplay in the background. And overall, I thought the class setup was pretty good. I was able to use it effectively. It's a little weird getting adjusted to the Maddox iron sights because 99% of people that I've seen with this class setup are using the ELO sight just because the sight is not all that great in my opinion on the Maddox. So after giving it a try, as you're seeing in the gameplay right now, I went ahead and adjusted it to better fit my playstyle and the things I like to do. And unfortunately, that means I had to drop quick draw 2. And the main reason I dropped that instead of the Echo Fire is because it seemed like the class setup was built around the Echo Fire. So I decided to keep that in the class. So what you're going to see is a slight modification of that. I went ahead and dropped quick draw 2 so I can run that ELO, and then I also had that additional perk slot for dead silence. So obviously throughout the video I'm going to give my opinion of the Echo Fire operator mod, but let me know down in the comment section below, are you a fan of the Echo Fire or not a fan after they made the adjustments to it a month back? With that, I hope you enjoyed the video and rate it with that thumbs up so we can get this video over 500 likes. And if you do want to find your way back to the channel, please remember to hit that subscribe button with notifications on by ringing that bell at some point before you click away. Let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay. And initially when I spawn into this map, I'm thinking, man, I have a really good shot here. My team is actually winning. But then I realized that they have no map control. They have 2 objectives already taken, so they're not really in a strong position. And the sad part about that is they're not going to do anything to correct it. So even though they were ahead, I'm not sure exactly what happened. Maybe the guy was tired of carrying his team and he left, and that provided the spot because it ends up with 2 spots on my team. And as we'll see in the gameplay, another one of my teammates leaves. So don't let the lead fool you. We're definitely going to be in a position where we're getting hurt pretty bad because no one on my team wants to push past the houses. And that is a really bad spot. So I got to play for my streaks. That's always what you have to do. I come over here and melee this dude because if I try to shoot him, I would have died. So luckily, I'm able to keep my streak going, but doesn't mean I played like a complete coward with no health. I do peek out, try and laser this guy. So if you decide you want to ELO like me, I decided to drop the quick draw for that reason so I could keep the stock because in that scenario, it obviously helped out. I'm able to take this guy out very close to my next couple streaks. And one thing I really like about the Echo Fire operator mod is it doesn't have a ton of recoil. It does take a little bit getting used to because the way the weapon fires is a little bit different. So there is a slight adjustment period, but overall I think it actually helps the weapon when it comes to accuracy. The biggest issue I have with the Echo Fire operator mod though is the muzzle flash. So I would highly encourage you to try it out if you don't have a problem with the Maddox iron sights or you don't really notice this muzzle flash difference. But you can see every time I fire the weapon, it completely lights up the screen around the weapon, which I am not a fan of at all. But if that doesn't bother you, I would say go all in, try it out. Let me know what your thoughts are. Overall, I think it's kind of pricey to have 2 pick 10 slots on it because at the end of the day, you got to do the operator mod wildcard. Then when you equip the operator mod, you're taking up 3 slots instead of just having your class setup that can go towards perks. So in no way am I saying that this is a bad class setup because I don't think it is. I just have a preference towards the other one, which is double quick draw stock with ELO, then whatever gear and perks you want for the rest of the class setup. So with that, let's go ahead and get into a little bit more of the gameplay breakdown, which is something I typically like to do on the channel. So if you're brand new, it's kind of where I walk you through my thought process of what I'm trying to accomplish in the match, because sometimes you have to do a little bit of everything. Sometimes you have to camp, slow up your play for your life. Sometimes you got to play super aggressive to jump on the hill. And I kind of take you through my thought process as I'm playing the game because a lot of times I think the decision making is where people struggle when they play Call of Duty. It's not always their accuracy or their class setup. A lot of times it really comes down to their thought process and how they navigate around the map. And I've seen how a lot of my subscribers have improved over time, regardless if they have a lower KD, medium KD, or a super high KD. They're able to adjust and actually improve regardless of their skill level. So definitely not a bad start to the match. I'm 18-1 and we're going to go ahead and keep that momentum going. I got to call in my streaks. I double check to make sure there's not a 0 on the other team, which is sad, but in the game, that's something you'll always have to do every time you call in a streak. And I know I just talked a little bit about KD, but the overall goal for me is to just win more matches while improving my KD and score per minute. Obviously, the win is very important. If I have to jump on the hill several times and try to play super aggressive for that hill to win, that's what I'm going to do. So it might cost me a few more deaths. You can see that the feed is getting torn up by the enemy players. So I got to call in my streaks to get that little bit of extra map control. I waited probably a little too long to call those in. I probably should have called them in the second I could have. But now I got to kind of push up. Hopefully I can help out my team. Take this guy on the back end. I'm going to have a lot of deaths from playing aggressive, but you're going to see how this ends up paying off. I'm going ahead and jumping in here. I shouldn't even be able to win these engagements. Jumping out, playing aggressive, playing as smart as possible, and that's considering the fact that I'm actually sitting on the objective. That's not usually the smartest move because you are going to make yourself a target. Right here, you can see that guy comes right around middle with my teammates to the right and behind me. Didn't even get shot at, was able to run right up on me and take me off the objective. So obviously there has to be a game plan in place. Teammates have to help support you, either by pushing up to the middle of the map and kind of locking down that area. There should be someone directly in the middle, someone on the right by a truck, and someone left where I'm at. If there's a fourth player actually contributing, they should be upstairs in the window, but that should be the 4 spots that need to be filled out of the 5 when you're playing this specific map. I'm pushing up because I want to push these guys back into the spawn a little bit, try and see if I can get any of them. I kind of jumped, aimed a little too high, was peeking the spawn, and the guy ends up coming out and getting me. We are still down a person, so that's not a good thing. And you can see that the spawns are flipping. My teammate spawns directly in front of me, and then I go ahead and take this guy out. So we still have these spawns because my teammate just spawned there. He didn't even start shooting at that guy. Take him out. I end up going for this guy aggressively because he has the flamethrower. Take him out, and I really am just trying to lock down this B side. And that's all I'm really trying to do. Keep the enemies off of it, deciding which angle I want to take. That one is not a good angle anymore, so I'm not going to go that left route anymore. That guy was hard scoping with the sniper, and this is what I'm talking about, adjusting your playstyle. I go ahead and throw that out there. I got to go ahead and take this right side because no one's over here. Get a nice little easy kill, and then I'm able to position myself on the right side. I end up getting a nice little double kill here. I wasn't sure which one of those guys was shocked because it didn't really look like either. And then I get demolished with the VKM since I was one shot. As you can see, I'm still trying to play a little bit more aggressively, kind of holding them in their spawn, not really allowing them to get up on B. I take that guy out, and the smarter play was to probably just sit on B and shoot these guys as they came out. It would have been easier to pick them off and maintain that map control. So one of the things you'll see right here is this guy with the reactor core is the absolute beast with the reactor core. He chooses the perfect spot. Has already hit me 3 times this match. Gets a little hectic. He took out 2 of my teammates. So that is a very powerful thing to use on this map, and I highly recommend it. Obviously, it's in the game to be abused, so I'd highly recommend abusing that. Even with equipment charge, if you want to really go ham, take people off the objective, you just run up right up to that middle trailer, use it, and everyone's going to run off the objective. So right here, I'm trying to get an angle so I could take out whoever is on the objective, because I know if we lose this, it's going to be almost impossible to get back. Missed a couple shots there, end up dying, and I know there's a level of urgency to recapture this B, at least on my end, because we were up only by 14, and that will disappear very quickly. And we're going to see the reactor core guys strike again, but you can see I push aggressively, and even though I'm able to clear off the entire B flag, I don't really have any teammate support pushing up to actually cover my flank. There's a guy there, but he's not actually pushing up at all to help. Then I get hit with the war machine while the rest of my team gets hit with the hellstorm. So it's starting to look like the enemy team is just working together really well. They called in their streaks, called in his war machine, still launching off that war machine, trying to get some shots in, throws in a free nade. Teammates haven't really got a kill in a while, just got one right there with the swordfish. So now we're kind of just trying to push for that map control. And that's why I keep going on this right side. I push over. So here's a point where I need to clutch up and get that streak going so we can actually maintain this lead, recapture B. Right there, I end up losing that gunfight because my sensitivity is a little too slow. He was just able to outstrafe me. If you guys haven't seen my strafing video yet, I highly recommend checking it out so you can kind of learn a few tips from that. But right here, you can see I pull out my Tempest shot, missed a couple shots there, but then I start chaining some of these kills together, which actually lead me to getting a streak. End up taking out that next guy. One of my teammates ends up clearing him out. And since I'm killing the enemies out of spawn, my teammates are able to jump on the objective without much hassle. You can see that all the enemies are either in front of me or in this house. We were able to recapture B. Push aggressively to try and get this next kill. The guy ends up coming around really fast, taking me out in the back. So a couple different things happened there. I was able to get my streaks, so now I'm able to keep them off the objective with that sniper's nest. And I hold on to that hellstorm kind of as a last resort in case they start getting that map control again. And then as you can see, I got a little lucky by having one teammate actually jump on the objective. So if that guy didn't jump on it at that point, we probably wouldn't be in a position where we still have that lead and are able to maintain that lead. We would have been kind of screwed because we had the perfect map control at that moment. So I ended up wasting this hellstorm. I really thought the enemies were pushing more aggressively, so I was trying to shut them down, but not really much happened in that scenario. I pushed to this right side because I already see somebody on the left side. And like I mentioned, there's only a handful of locations you need to be. One is by the objective. One is in the opposite end by that little truck. and then the other part is right in the middle between these two trains. You can see my teammate on the right got killed. I come around thinking I'm gonna get an easy kill here, and I'm just missing the shots. Again, my sensitivity is a little too slow. The guy outstrafed me, so I'm definitely considering upping my sensitivity. Feels like I'm losing more of those gunfights more often, and maybe that's just because people are strafing more, because with the pistols and most of the SMGs, you can strafe incredibly fast. So not too bad for starting halfway through the first round. So another fun match trying to carry the team on my back using the Echo Fire Operator mod. But let me know in the comment section below, are you a fan of this operator mod, or do you think it's something you should completely avoid? So hopefully you guys all enjoyed the educational commentary. If you did, please remember to hit that thumbs up so we can get this video over 500 likes. If you are brand new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe with notifications on so you can find your way back. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.